So we are back with yet another Pauper deck tech. Today we're going to be looking at a Selesnya deck, which is one of Pauper's true dedicated 2-card combo decks. So the combo in this case revolves around 2 cards, Midnight Guard and Presence of Gond. So Midnight Guard is a creature. It's 2 colorless, 1 white for a human soldier. It's a 2/3, and it says whenever another creature enters the battlefield, untap Midnight Guard. Then the other piece of our combo is the green aura Presence of Gond. It's 3 mana, 2 generic, 1 green. It says enchanted creature has tap, create a 1/1 green elf warrior creature token. So what we do is we put Presence of Gond on Midnight Guard, then we tap it to create a token, which causes it to untap, so we can tap it to create another token, which causes it to untap, and so on. So it's a way to create infinite 1/1 elves and tap or untap Midnight Guard infinite times. So essentially that's the combo. We want to just kill our opponent with those infinite 1/1s, and we want to essentially just get this Midnight Guard onto the battlefield with Presence of Gond and win from there. So there have been many different lists that are variations on that same combo, but this is a relatively new one that looks kind of spicy. So it plays 20 lands. We have 2 Ash Barrens for some mana fixing. Khalni Garden creates tokens. Selesnya Sanctuary, Thriving Grove. It enters the battlefield tapped, but it says when it enters the battlefield, choose a color other than green, and then it has tap, add 1 green or 1 mana of the chosen color. So pretty cool for, decks that play 3 or more colors of mana. So our combo is obviously quite fragile because they can just kill our Midnight Guard. So we have Benevolent Bodyguard to protect the Midnight Guard. Benevolent Bodyguard is 1 white for a 1/1, and it has Sacrifice Benevolent Bodyguard. Target creature you control gains protection from the color of your choice until end of turn. Then for some ramp and some more color fixing, we're playing Jaspera Sentinel. It's an elf from Coldheim, sees quite a bit of play in elves decks. It's 1 green for a 1/2 with reach, and it has tap and untap creature you control, add 1 mana of any color. For some survivability, we're playing 2 copies of Soul Warden, 1 white for a 1/1. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield, you gain 1 life. So of course this has synergy with our combo since we produce infinite tokens. For yet more ramp, we're playing Devoted Druid. 2 mana, 1 generic, 1 green for a 0/2. Tap, add 1 green. And it also says put a -1/-1 counter on Devoted Druid. Untap Devoted Druid. Okay, as another way of keeping our Midnight Guard alive, we're playing 3 copies of Standard Bearer. It's 2 mana for a 1/1, 1 generic, 1 white. It says if an opponent casts a spell or ability that could target a flag bearer, as in the creature type, Standard Bearer's creature type is flag bearer, it says that player chooses at least 1 flag bearer as a target. So basically, if you have a Midnight Guard on the battlefield and this creature, Standard Bearer, and your opponent wants to cast a removal spell on Midnight Guard, they will first have to cast the removal spell targeting Standard Bearer. So Standard Bearer is kind of like the decoy that just eats a removal spell. Then we're playing 2 copies of this aura Fire Whip. It says enchanted creature has tap. This creature deals 1 damage to target creature or player. For some removal, we're running 2 copies of Journey to Nowhere. 2 mana enchantment, 1 generic, 1 white. When Journey to Nowhere enters the battlefield, exile target creature. When Journey to Nowhere leaves the battlefield, return the exiled creature to the battlefield. As a way of tutoring for our Presence of Gond, we're running 4 copies of Heliod's Pilgrim. This is 3 mana for a 1/2, 2 generic, 1 white. When Heliod's Pilgrim enters the battlefield, you may search your library for an aura and put it into your hand. For some card advantage, we're playing 3 copies of Lead the Stampede. It's a sorcery for 3 mana, 2 generic, 1 green. Look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may reveal any number of creatures from among them and put them into your hand. So in a creature-heavy deck, you can often draw quite a few cards off this. Then we're playing 2 copies of this other aura, Sigil of the Nayan Gods. It's 3 mana, 1 generic, 1 green, 1 white. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1 for each creature you control, and it has cycling. Then we also have Ivy Lane Denizen, 4 mana for a 2/3, 3 generic, 1 green. Whenever another green creature enters the battlefield under your control, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. So as you can see, this combo is a little bit vulnerable because they can 2-for-1 us or just remove our Midnight Guard. We do have some things to keep it alive, but could use more work. So yeah, that's the deck. What's cool about it is that it is a true 2-card combo deck in Pauper. If you've played this deck, please share your thoughts with me, and if you have ideas for how it could be improved, please let me know those as well. As always, thanks for watching, and I will see you for the next deck tech.